Hey everyone, it's Amber again. Welcome back. I'm here to show you guys something very important, but also I'm going to confess it's something that I struggle with. I've talked about human hair care. Now we're going to dive back into the world of synthetic hair care again. A lot of people ask, how do I care for my synthetic wigs and hair pieces? You want your hair to look, feel, and last as long as possible, so caring for it properly is your best way of making it last as long as possible. You know, people invest a lot of money in their wigs and hair pieces, so to protect your investments, it's wise to wash your synthetic wigs and care for them in the proper way. Let's talk about this wide tooth comb. This one right here is the Jon Renau wide tooth comb. The reason why this is ideal for synthetic hair is it protects the fibers. This comb will prevent frizzing, and this comb will separate the knots without pulling and damaging the fibers. There's a lot of really great advice and demos on how to wash your synthetic hair pieces, so I'm not going to give you a full-fledged demo on how to do this, but I'm just going to rather explain to you the best things you can do to properly wash your synthetic pieces. Remember that it's ideal to wash your synthetic hair every 6 to 8 wears. Prior to washing your synthetic hair, make sure it's nice and detangled using your wide tooth comb. When you cleanse your hair, use cool running water. The reason why you don't want to use hot water is because that heat from that water can actually change the fiber and the silhouette of your wig or topper. When I first started wearing hair, I would look up YouTube videos, and often I would see that people would put their hair in a bucket of water or in the bottom of their sink and just let it soak. Yeah, it would get clean, but one thing that this does is it can really tangle and mat the fibers. What you really want to do is wash it under that cool running water. I want you to think of it as like a shower versus a bath. My husband and I, we are not bath takers, and it's kind of unfortunate because I know baths are relaxing, but when I think of a bath, I envision myself soaking in all the dirt and oils and grime, and it kind of grosses me out. Well, that's the same thing with your wig or topper. When you let your wig and topper soak in a basin or bowl or in the sink full of water, you're allowing your wig to just sit and immerse and soak in all the oils and dirt and grime that has accumulated on your wig throughout the time that you've worn it. That means all the makeup, the hairspray, the gunk that has just built up, it's just sloshing around in there and mixing all in with all the fibers. Whereas when you're in a shower, the flow of water is constantly removing that dirt and that grime, moving it away with that continued flow of clean water. It keeps the hair in that downward motion so that it doesn't tangle or mat. Kind of a win-win situation. You're not tingling, you're not matting, it's not sitting in its own gunk. So just remember, cool running water is your winning ticket. When I wash my synthetic hair, I use the Jon Renau synthetic shampoo. Now this stuff is very concentrated, so you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. Put a little dab in your palm and add a little water to it and emulsify that shampoo in your hand. Mix it all together and disperse it throughout the hair. Alright guys, one thing to remember is that you do need to clean the inside of the cap. It is very important to do this, and there has been some rumors that you don't need to clean the inside of the cap, but by cleaning the inside of the cap, you're going to prevent breaking down the inner base materials. It can be caused by dirt, oil, makeup, sweat, debris, all of that kind of thing, and you need to wash it off. Once your synthetic hair is nice and washed, you'll want to towel dry it. After your synthetic hair is towel dried, you can condition it using the Jon Renau conditioning spray. And remember, just like with the shampoo, a little bit goes a long way. Only 2 to 3 pumps, depending on length, is all that's needed. This is a leave-in conditioner product, and if you spray too much, it will cause buildup. When using conditioners and detanglers, stay away from any hand-tied areas. This will prevent hair loss in your wig or topper. The reason why is conditioners can weaken the knots, and obviously this can cause hair loss. You'll want to towel dry the inside of the wig to eliminate excess water retention. The fiber won't hold moisture, but the base materials of the cap will, so towel dry that. Okay guys, now that we've shampooed and conditioned your hair, you'll want to let it dry on a synthetic wig stand like this. Pretend I just washed this. Shh. Use a wig stand like this to dry overnight. Placing a wig on a canvas blockhead is not ideal. The reason why is because if you use something like that, then it can actually stretch out the cap and ruin and damage the base materials. Just remember that the way that the hair dries is the way that the hair is going to set. Prevent any cold crimping by just checking the ends and making sure nothing's flipped out or crimped under. So if you have a long wig like this, make sure the ends are hanging over the edge of a countertop, or there's plenty of room for your wig to have a nice area of space to set in the way that you want your hair to be styled. One more thing I want to show you guys is a way to help with parting your synthetic hair. This right here is synthetic. This is the Jon Renau Zara in Chocolate Cherry, and today I decided to pull her up. I typically have her parted right here, and when I pulled her back, it wanted to puff up very, very high. So what I did, and this is what you can do for all of your wigs or hair pieces that are synthetic, whether you part it on the side, whether you part it back here, whether you pull it back, you will use heat from your hand to set your new part or keep hair off and away from the face. So for instance, what I did when I created this top knot is I used heat from my hand and placed my hand over the hair like so to keep that hair nice and more flat rather than so poofed up like it initially wanted to do. And when you change your parts or anything like that, using the heat from your palm really helps to change that part. Okay guys, I hope we can all improve when it comes to washing our hair every 6 to 8 times. I know it's something that I need to improve on, and I hope that this little video helped you guys out with any tips and tricks regarding synthetic hair care, washing and conditioning. And if you have any questions about this, hit me up, message me below. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!